There's 5 levels of skill when it comes to AI animations. But here's the thing, most people never make it out of level 1. In fact, they don't even know that there are 4 more levels beyond what they are currently creating. But I'm about to change that, because in this video, I'm going to give you the entire roadmap for all 5 levels, from beginner to master. And by the end of this video, not only will you know exactly what level you're currently on, but you'll also have a step-by-step guide on how to improve to any level you want to be at. I'll be using OpenArt for the entire process, because if you really want to reach those higher levels, you'll need a tool that allows you to use any model and every feature, all within one place. But as always, all tools and prompts will be linked in the description below. Let's begin with level 1, which is the beginner level. This is the entry point that we all start from. It's where we first discover text to video and realize that we can bring our wildest ideas to life by entering some text and clicking generate. For example, take a look at this animation I made of a cat DJ. Not bad for something we can make in under a minute, right? The process is simple. We'll just go to the OpenArt homepage and click on Video. Then we select Text to Video and choose our AI model. We'll be using Kling 2.6 for all of our examples, as it has great prompt adherence for animations and really nails the pacing of videos. Let's set our duration to 10 seconds, our audio to on, and our aspect ratio to 16:9. For our prompt, we'll just say, a fluffy cat DJ wearing headphones, 3D Pixar style. And just like that, we've created a great text-to-video animation from scratch. Another great example is this animation of a robot riding a skateboard. Notice how even though this is only level 1, you can still see impressive details like the reflection on the screen of the robot's head. For this one, we'll just keep all our previous settings the same, but this time the prompt is a cute robot riding a skateboard 3D animation. At level 1, prompts tend to be extremely simple and not very descriptive. Most people at this level feel like they have to roll the dice many times before they get the animation they want. But don't worry, because by the end of this video, you won't be like most people anymore. Which takes us to level 2, the intermediate level, where we'll be making one of the biggest leaps in quality for our generations. Because at this level, we discover the image to video feature. This allows us to use an image as a start frame for our video, which gives us complete control over how our video begins. This will become extremely powerful as we progress through the levels. But for now, let's take a look at this image to video example that I made of a girl who is exploring a forest when all of a sudden, a mysterious blue light emerges in the background. In level 1, all we had to do was enter our prompt. But now that we're at level 2, we need an image to go with our prompt. So this time, when we're on the OpenArt homepage, we're going to click Image and select Create Image. For the model, we'll be using Nano Banana Pro since it has the best quality and prompt adherence. Now that we're at level 2, this is our image prompt. We've added just a little more descriptive language, such as the type of image, the character description, the lighting style, and the animation style. Although the prompts in the following levels are going to be a lot better, level 2 is where we start to appreciate the skill of prompting. And this is the image that we generated. Now we can go back to video, but this time, instead of selecting text to video, we're going to select image to video. Then we upload the image we just generated and enter our video prompt. At level 2, we're now precisely describing what's happening in the scene. We're also mentioning lighting, the mood, and the animation style of the shot. This already looks far more refined than what we went through in level 1, but let's do one more example. For this one, we're using a slightly more descriptive image prompt, because by the end of level 2, our image prompts now include things like the shot type, the character and environment description, the camera effects, lighting, and animation style. And for a prompt like that, this is what we get in return. Now we upload that image to the video section and we'll use this prompt for our generation. Remember, all prompts and tools will be in the description below. The result is exactly what I was looking for. Which brings us to level 3. This is the advanced level. It's where you start understanding the nuances of AI animations, and you realize that without precise camera control, your scenes feel soulless. Take a look at this example I made where the camera cinematically pans to the right to reveal the eye of a giant dragon. To make this, we can start by following the same process that we did in level 2. So we'll go back to the image section and we'll use this prompt to create our start frame. Notice how this time we've gone for a wide cinematic camera shot, since this will give us a good foundation for our animation. From here, we go back to the video section, upload our image, and then we'll enter this prompt. For our camera control, we've said that the camera executes a smooth, cinematic pan to the right, following the length of the stone bridge. Then we describe what happens as the camera moves. To finish the prompt, we've described all the relevant features of the shot. And now, we've got a scene that feels alive with camera control and movement. Now let's do another example to really nail how effective camera control can be. This time, for our image, we'll use this prompt. We've gone for a simple medium camera shot of a goblin inventor, then we've described him and the usual features of the image, and here's what we get. To animate this, we'll use this prompt. This time, instead of a slow pan, we've gone for a fast camera push-in, because we want to capture the goblin's reaction to a quick and surprising event. The outcome looks perfect. Look how the scene is brought to life by the dramatic zoom as the goblin reacts to the shock. But just because we're up to level 3 and can generate high-quality scenes now, doesn't mean we know how to turn those scenes into stories. But level 4, Expert, is where we learn how to do exactly this. And we'll be doing it by extending scenes using keyframes. This is where we take a frame from a previous scene and use it to create our next scene. In doing so, we're able to extend scenes as long as we like. Remember the scene we made of the cute girl explorer with the mysterious blue light that appears? Let's extend this scene by using the last frame of it as the first frame for our next generation. First, we'll head back to our original generation of the scene. Then we'll click Grab Last Frame. Although you can click Grab Any Frame if you want to use any other frame as the start frame for your new generation. Now that we have our start frame selected, we'll use this as a prompt. We want the camera to be following her as she slowly walks towards the blue light. And so this is the result that we get. Now, if we combine this new generation with our original one, this is the full extended scene. Let's do another example using the scene we generated of the bridge that leads to the giant dragon eye. But this time, we're also going to generate an end frame so that we have full control over how the scene starts and finishes. So first, we'll go back to our original scene and skip to the end. Then we'll right-click it and select Save Video Frame As. Now that we've saved the last frame, we can use this as a reference image to generate the last frame for our scene extension. We'll just upload the last frame, then use this prompt. The result is perfect. Now we can go back to our original scene and click Grab Last Frame. But this time, instead of Kling 2.6, we'll be using Kling 01, since Kling 2.6 doesn't allow us to use end frames. Then we'll make this our prompt. Notice how this time, we're going from a slow pan to a fast fly-through shot over the stone bridge. And this is the result. Now, when we combine it with the original scene, this is the extended scene that we get. But honestly, when we're making AI animations, we may get a result with only some parts that we really like and other parts that we really don't, which is where we have to move up to level 5, Master. This is where we learn how to use a technique called mining. Mining is the process we go through to extract only the best segments of each generation. It's where we realize that we don't need to use every second of every clip, and instead, we can use bits and pieces that meet the standard of quality we're looking for. So now, let's create 3 scenes and see if we can use the mining technique to make an even better result. Since we're at level 5 now, we understand that we need to generate a hero shot to keep our characters as consistent as possible. A hero shot is a reference image of our character with all relevant details. To generate our hero shot, this is the prompt we'll use. At the master level, our prompts are so descriptive that we break it into sections to make it easier to understand. So we've got a short description at the top, then the subject, the outfit, the background, and the style. We've also included a front view, side view, and back view of our character, and made sure that the background is completely white so there are no distractions. And this is what we get. Then we'll use this hero shot as a reference image and combine it with this prompt to generate the start frame for our first scene. And this is the outcome. Now we'll use that start frame along with this prompt to generate our first scene. Notice how we're still breaking the prompt down into clear sections. This is the result. For the second scene, we want a close-up shot of our character's face as she looks up at the floating crystal. So this is the prompt we'll use, and this is what we get. With this as our start frame, we'll then use this as our video prompt. We want this to be a slow, cinematic scene focused on her face and reaction to the crystal. Here's what we get. Now, for the last scene. To generate our start frame, we'll first upload our hero shot and the original start frame as reference images. Then we'll use this prompt. It's important to realize that sometimes there's no need to overcomplicate things. If your reference images are strong enough, all you have to do is briefly describe how you want the image to change, and this is the result. Now, we'll just upload this start frame and then use this prompt to go along with it. We want the crystal to shatter and for the camera to react accordingly. Here's the final result. But remember, now that we have all three scenes, we need to use the mining technique to go through and find the best parts. Most establishing shots are 3 to 5 seconds long, so scene 1 automatically needs to be shorter. And I like how scene 2 plays, but her eyes look up a little too far towards the end, and the camera zooms in a little too much. So we'll cut the last couple seconds out. And for scene 3, it looks great, but overall, I think I still need one more scene in between scene 1 and 2 to really close the entire sequence out. So here is the final result of my 4-scene sequence. So that's the entire breakdown of all 5 levels of skill in AI animations. Now you know exactly where you stand and how to improve, but honestly, talking about it is one thing. Doing it is a whole different story. So if you want to see me put everything to action and create a full animation, then make sure to click the video on screen now.